Hey, how's it going, all you lovely people at Shut Door or Door Shutter? Coming back to you with episode 29 of All the Mods 9. I apologize for this video going out late, and I also apologize for no video yesterday. I've been busy. I'm currently in a new location, and we'll talk about that here in a minute. But I am working on mob farms. I actually went ahead and built up these 2 rooms. We actually need a couple more than this, but I'm basically going to be making these rooms into mob farms. And we're actually just going to work on these 2, and then we'll get the rest done later. I've also went ahead and I've done a template for this actual mob farm. I don't know too much about templates or anything like that because I've never really used the copy and paste gadget too much, but I've went ahead and I've actually made a mob farm template so I can basically copy and paste this actual mob farm design. Not like the mechanics that'll go into it, but the actual room itself, which will significantly increase the time at which we can actually make these rooms. So that's one reason I did that. And I actually made this one first and then copied it immediately to over here. And, it just made things a lot easier in this case. So I don't have to worry about measuring it, but in this case, these are 15 by 15 interior, so 16 by 16 exterior. That way we actually have a center block. And be able to put this in the center. Each block is basically going out 7 towards the wall. So you've got 1 and then 7, which includes the wall block. So 7, 7, 7, and 7, and that is fantastic. So let's get into this. So for a mob killing system, I want to use a mob crusher. Reason being is because I don't have a whole lot of space. And I've just realized that we're probably going to have to kind of activate one of these and make a mob slaughter factory first. I forgot about that being a requirement. So, slaughter factory. Let's quickly grab one of these bad boys. I'm going to actually need to go grab a range add-on as well, because I don't have one of those either. I don't think so. Do I have a range add-on in here? I do have a 9 and a 4. We can give this a shot here. So we may just have to put passive mobs in here for now to get some pink slime, and then we can just close this off. Just disable it and actually change this to something else. Turn off, turn back on. Was that the same thing? Oh, I have to shift click it. I have to get it out before I put it back in. Okay. So this looks like it's a little overkill, but that's okay. So let's actually go get a spawner real quick that is a passive mob. So do we have anything that is a passive mob? Trader llamas, wandering trader, wither, zombie, slime, skeleton, shulker, creeper, blaze, artificial golem, spawn egg. We don't actually have anything. I don't think these would be considered passive, but let's just go for a llama spawn egg. And we're just going to grab a new spawner. Oh, we do have a strider. I think a strider's technically considered a passive mob, right? So let's just get this guy set down. Let's get a ghast tier, because I'm pretty sure we need to add these. Make some max entities. Let's get unobtainium. This is going to take a lot of unobtainium, but I'm not really too concerned about that right now. We'll just go get more by making some ore site potions. And let me get this done, and we'll meet you back over at the new location that we're working on. All right, so let's grab our next component here, which is a redstone link, which needs a brass casing. Do we have any brass? We have brass plates, but we don't have actual brass. So let's just craft some up there. And then we're going to need stripped logs. We aren't going to need too many of this, so I'm not too worried. Let me fix my floor real quick. Okay, so let's get that redstone link. All right, so we've got the redstone links. We've got the spawner. We've got a lever. And we should be good to travel down to the mob farms, which is just called Bedrock for now. And what we're going to do is we're going to do redstone link, lever, and we're going to turn this on with redstone signal. Okay? And we're going to put our spawner here and our redstone link above it. We're then going to take some item. We'll just do stripped oak logs. We're going to put that in frequency 1. This is not required, by the way, but since we're going to have multiple in this area, I want to be able to distinguish between these. So it looks like we're going to need our create wrench, which for some reason ended up in here. We're going to right click that, so this will become a receiver. And then down here, we're going to right click, or not right click anything on this, because this is a sender already, a transmitter. So we just need to make sure frequency 1 is the same as frequency 1 on that. And then we should be able to, after we power this, get a flux point under it. And turn it on. Did that not do? Is that not working? Oh, hold on. I see what I did. This should be the stripped log. My bad. I thought I placed it in frequency 1. So then this should, over time, take out these striders. And I'm pretty sure if we wanted to, we could probably grab some add-ons. Ooh, did I never... I don't think I ever fixed that. Let's just leave this on for now. I need to go fix... actually getting add-ons. I didn't keep that. Okay, we'll just stick with it in advance because I'm not going to wait for anything else. So we should just be able to get a bucket. I have 2 buckets in here of the pink slime. Drop that in there. And then on the back direction, we're going to push the fluid out. Should be able to do that, I hope. Does not look like we're able to do that. Okay. That is fine. Let's just grab a pipe and an upgrade. Some things work, some things don't. That's okay. Perfect. So this actually should be all we need for now. But I think I'm going to keep this system here, mostly because we're going to probably need more in the future. So if we wanted to, we could probably turn this on and just get this set up this way for right now and just leave it. None of this is chunk loaded, by the way, at all, of course, because I don't have enough spaces for that. But we will be probably chunk loading this once we get rid of our old base, which is something we can talk about here real quick. So this place is actually a whole new area called New Base for now. And basically what we're doing is going to move 2,500 blocks away to this new location. Of course, this is not complete. This is what I was working on yesterday. And the reason I wasn't able to upload, because I honestly take forever to build anything. So I've been working on building this kind of stuff. I know this is not really a whole lot of stuff that was being built, but it definitely took me some time just kind of think about how I want to do some stuff. I don't know if I'll keep this platform. I'm thinking I want to kind of keep mod areas separate. And in doing that, I was thinking, hey, we could have like an observatory and do some machines or something out here, maybe some space stuff, whatever. I was thinking about that. I probably won't. I'll probably take this off because I couldn't really think of a good way to make it look like it needs to be supported by the mountain. It's just kind of a giant floating saucer type of situation. So I'm not sure. Maybe we'll think of something. But then the next thing I did was I cleared this out until bedrock. And every 128 blocks is a mega torch and a lantern. That way mobs are not spawning in this whole kind of hole area. So you can see, so in this chunk from here in 128 blocks out that direction should be another torch, which there's not right now. That is a plan to basically go out in a grid-like pattern and basically put a torch probably up in this area, a torch up in this area, torch up in this area, this area, this area, this area, this area, this area, and kind of have an entire grid of just basically no mob spawns. That is something I've done before in the TB1, TACS, and PS episodes, I did that grid for Spawn, just so that way it wouldn't have any issues, and I never really touched on that ever again, but that's something I plan on doing here, and since this was a mountain, I had to go up a lot higher, and so that's why there's more mega torches and lanterns and stuff that kind of light the area a little bit around those torches. So, alright, let's grab this pink slime, because that should be a decent amount. And we're going to go back to our normal house right now. And I'm going to see if we have a dissolution chamber. Because I don't know if we actually do right now. We do. We do have a latex one. So let's just try and get another dissolution chamber. Of course, the pink slime is the second tier for Industrial Foregoing, while the next tier is Aether Gas, or Ether Gas, which comes from the Wither and a, what is it called? I think it's an ore laser base. I don't think it's a fluid laser base. We can look at that real quick. Ether... Can we look at that, actually? I don't even know if that's, like, something you can see. Oh, it is. Okay, right here. Ether Gas, which comes from, yeah, fluid laser? Okay, so fluid laser is where it comes from. I couldn't remember. So fluid laser up above a wither, like directly on top of a wither. And then you also need to have a purple laser lens, and you can make ether gas. This is where a stasis chamber comes in, because it heals the wither constantly and prevents it from ever actually activating the wither fully. So it's in that state of always getting healed and also being hurt by the actual fluid laser base. So that's something to take into account. We will be looking at that in the future. Just right now, we don't really need it, but it'd be cool to get that in, you know, in a while. Okay, so we need to get the fluid pipes, which I have right here, and then it advanced. Oop, where'd my tank go? Oh, I already set it down. I was like, where'd it go? Okay, and then we should just be able to pump into there. And now we should actually be able to make an advanced machine frame, which actually requires a simple machine frame. This stuff's not too hard. Let me get a handful of these advanced machine frames. We'll get a handful of crushers. I think for now we only really need one, but I will be looking at getting several more of these here in a little while. So, be right back in a minute. Alright, so I took the time to actually automate the dissolution chambers again, just to make things a little bit easier on us. They're both down here. They've got the fluids piping in the back. I do need to get pink slime, probably, you know, semi more automated. I probably should have grabbed a wireless point and brought it to the new base, but I'm not really too worried about it right now. We'll get everything moved whenever we need to, which will be soon, and I probably will work on that in the live stream. I think that's going to be like one of the hindrances of the next few episodes, is kind of split between two bases. But I know I don't have enough time in the day to do this, genuinely move everything. So it's going to take a lot of time. Just, you're going to have to bear with me on that. And we may do an episode or two of me just moving stuff around. Who knows? All right. So Mob Crusher. We are going to need a couple things here, though, which is going to be one of the problems with kind of having this small of a space. So we're going to need to use laser IO. I think this is probably the best. Or Ender IO conduits if you have them available. Several things. So we need power, we need fluids, and we need items, storage stuff. Okay? That is our biggest components. So let's get some energy cards. So let's do that first. So up, we're going to insert power. Down, we're going to extract power. We're going to want some card overclockers. I think I need my card holder. Turn this off for a second. And then down, we're going to do card overclockers. Just make sure we have enough power. But let's change this to... Oh, let's keep it to 1. All right. And then that's going to be a flux point. Okay. And then we're going to need an ender tank of some kind. And let's grab... Do we have any greenish dye? We do, but we only have 1. So let's go for orange dye, which I think I've actually used on my orange dye, but I'm not really worried about just making some more. Okay, so let's get up here, set these down. Orange in the center, orange in the center. Okay, so we're just going to put the ender tank on that direction, which is, of course, the south. Fantastic. I forget that Laser IO has this stuff up here now. But yes, that is beautiful. All right, so insert fluid. And then on the up direction, we're going to extract fluid. So extract. We're going to want this to be as quick as possible. Okay. We'll do 5 ticks for 8,000 buckets. That doesn't sound bad to me. And then on the northern direction is actually where we're going to be inserting items. And on the up direction, we're going to be extracting items. So this will be, I think for now, just an ender chest. And I think this is probably going to be the setup for nearly every single one of these systems, right? Every single one of these crushers. So that doesn't seem like too bad of a task if we just have to, you know, build up a laser node system like this. Because we do have the ability to do card cloning and stuff. I just don't really use it as much because it's not as easy as I would prefer, in my opinion. So I just kind of ignore it. But we could look at that in the future if we wanted to. All right, so the next thing I want to look at is actually what add-on we really need for this. So I've got a 7, I've got an 8, or 7, 6, and a 4. So let's try the 6, because I think we've tried the 4 before. So this leaves edges. So let's try the 7. So that looks like it's actually perfect. And I did autocraft these 7s and 6s. I wasn't sure, so I just autocrafted them. Okay, and then we're going to get add-ons. So these 2. And then we're waiting on the speed. I'll just grab the ones we have in there. Perfect. And then we should now just need to get a redstone link again. Redstone links, one of the reasons I use them so much is because first off, they're easy to use, they're easy to craft, they really don't require a whole lot of resources, and overall, they definitely will work a lot of the times as long as you're patient and, you know, you can actually make sure you're doing it correctly. That's the biggest thing, doing it correctly, because I've done that plenty of times where I've accidentally done them incorrectly, which is, you know, not setting the proper send and receive signals, things like that. So just make sure you're clicking on them with the create wrench to set the receive mode. Of course, transmit is the default mode. And also, one of the other things is if you have blocks like this, kind of makes it harder to see, but we're good. All right, so let's get in here. We're going to get our, what do we want? Slime? I'll just call slime. We'll see this one. So this one should actually have a dragon egg in it because it ignores conditions. Just because I want to be able to spawn these no matter what. I think that should do it. So we're going to need cobblestone on frequency 1. So frequency 1 correlates to this stick, basically. Or red, if you're not colorblind. It also shows you frequency 1 and 2 on the bottom, right above the hotbar, so that's a good thing. There's plenty of ways. I like that. Whenever they give you a lot of different ways to tell which is which. Okay, so then we need to right-click this to make this have a little umbrella. And we should be able to turn this on. And turn this off. Okay, so this is working. So we do need to look at getting... on the up direction, item card, overclocker. I also do need to get the items actually be able to be stored somewhere. But this is actually a functioning mob farm. It's very simple, in all honesty, with just having the mob crusher. Industrial Foregoing's entire, like, mob suite is just a fantastic thing. We could have done this with fans, and we could have done this with spikes. But we also have to remember, we're directly above bedrock. So I don't have a lot of room. I probably could have raised this up a little bit, and we could have done something that would have given us looting and a whole bunch of other stuff. But honestly, I think this is a pretty good system. Of course, the spawners are limited, so we're not going to get like a massive, just constant flow of mobs or anything like that. But this is definitely something that is going to be awesome. Also, this is ethereal glass. I don't think I mentioned that. The ethereal glass from Glass Essentials just allows for me to pass through and nothing else. So we just got the reverse ethereal glass right here. Only solid to players. So mobs and stuff can't go out. But I can go in just in case I need to set stuff up or whatever. Or just, you know, just be able to take a peek in and as I'm walking down the halls or anything like that. So just something that's just not really necessary, but it's useful. Overall, it's a useful idea. Okay. So the reason we have the fluid tank down here, by the way, is because we do get essence. Should get essence. Yeah, it's in there. There it is. Okay. And I also forgot, if we actually grab some Ender Pearls, Eyes of Ender, whichever one, we can actually upgrade the quantity to which this can hold. Eyes of Enders are technically more useful to get you higher upgrade amount per Ender Pearl or Eye of Ender rather than the Ender Pearls. The Ender Pearls give you less, but I'm okay with that. Okay, so I'm going to turn this off for now, and that is fantastic. So we've got the Mob Crusher. This is one of our first pieces of getting a lily pad of fertility farm going, which is kind of the goal. If you don't know, that's one of the reasons we started with the slime, the creeper, and the skeleton. No, did we need the skeleton? Hold on. I cannot recall now. Lily pad of fertility. We need these fertilize essence. Yes, we need the rib bone from the actual skeleton. So this is from a creeper or a ghast. This is from a skeleton. This is from a slime. This is from cactus or whatever we choose to get this out of. I think there's probably some options in here, but cactus is probably still going to be our best option. And we'll look at getting a pretty decent cactus farm here in a little while. Maybe use some botany pots that might just speed it up. But I'm kind of thinking doing some vanilla redstone-ish cactus farm or something like that. But overall, that is going to do it for me this episode. I know we didn't do too much, and I hope that we can actually kind of get back into the flow of things once our new base is settled and, you know, being able to do mob farms and stuff and having a pretty wide area set up for basically everything is going to be fantastic because we can make as many floors as we really want from, you know, Y level -58 to, I think it was Y level 235. So that's a lot of floors that we could do. So thank you guys so much for watching. Stay awesome, and I can't wait to see you in the next one. Bye-bye.